B&T, living in the V with the DOG. You know what I'm saying? Willow Ann's here. She told me not to do that, but I did it anyway. I like that. I rhymed it out, man. Hey, look. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, thanks for watching our videos. Listen to me. I'm going to get this off my chest before we start now. If you got time right now to watch my video, you ain't got time to like my video or dislike my video. It's one of the two. It's not hard. Don't be lazy. Hit the button. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. We're doing van life videos. We're just starting out. This is going to give you some helpful tips as we learn them, so you get to watch us fall on our face before you fall on yours. Okay? So we are.
I'm so glad you got that out of the way.
I've been waiting to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've been, antsy
He's
about
been fussing about it.
Yeah. So anyway, and the reason why it's a couple days in between our videos is because we don't try to just get on here and do stale stuff. Like we give it a couple days, so there's some stuff that builds up, so we get some stuff to talk to you about. I enjoy it better, she enjoys it better, and you'll enjoy it better. Like my video, like I said, don't be lazy. All right. So we talked about in the first video that we had made about how we were outside of Lexington and we were going to go downtown and busk. If you don't know what busking is the art of street performing. I play music for a living. Check out my Facebook, Brandon Cox, and we have CDs on there. Check us out. Like our videos, man, because we're out here really doing it. We're going to give you the real van life. We're going to give you the best of busking that we can give you, and it'll all be real. It won't be none of the glamour stuff.
And cut videos.
No, none of that.
Nothing,
we're going to give you no music. We ain't going to give you none of that. We're going to give you the truth. We're going to tell you about it, because when we went looking for this information, whenever we wanted to do van life, start van life and stuff, you couldn't find just a solid answer on nothing. Everybody wanted to be just glamorous. Everybody's just glamorous. We don't want to be glamorous. We just want to talk to you about what's going on and some things that'll help you if you're starting out van life, which we recommend, but you gotta be tough. Van life is tough.
We already did this in the first
I'm just saying, you gotta be tough, man. So we're back in Kentucky. Like I said, we went down to anyway, excuse me. We went down to Lexington. We busked for a little while. The people were really nice. It's a pretty city. If you're gonna busk in Lexington, Kentucky, don't do it during lunch hours as much as do it on like a Friday or Saturday night when the bars are moving. Like the bars don't open in Lexington.
You can, but you're not gonna get as good as a response as if you do it in the evening.
We made some money. We had a good time. Nice people.
They were nice.
Met a guy. All he told me to call him was Panda. That's what he told me to call him. Panda. Well, he played the harmonica, man. French harmonica. He played with one of my tunes, man, and he was really good. So if you're watching this, Panda, if this makes it out there to you, brother, I appreciate you jamming on the streets up there, man. But Lexington, they were really nice people. We saw a lot of business people. We saw people riding bikes. I mean, there's people everywhere. Really friendly place. It was nice. We learned that if you're traveling like we're traveling and you're trying to find a place to park where you can do what you got to do, because we have the dog, so we have to try to keep her like close to us, because we want to pay attention to what's going on with the stuff. And when all you have is the van, then you kind of want to keep it in eyesight of where you're at. You know what I mean? Because it's everything you got. But anyway, we learned that it was cheaper to put quarters in a parking meter on the street than it is to pay for public parking. And in Lexington, there was plenty of parking meters at that time of the day, I guess you'd say. But I don't know if it's always like that. But we learned that the parking meter...
It was half price.
It was half price. Like, you're better off to mess with a parking meter if you're trying to stay in town, like in downtown for a little while, than you are to pay for public parking. So that's a heads up for people that are doing van life, trying to do downtown visitings or tourist things or this and this, and you're living in your van trying to squeeze $1. Parking meters, man, if you got to, like, pump some quarters in them, like, save all your change. That's what we do. Try to save our change, you know what I mean, for just those things.
We talked about staying at Pilots are good.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be staying at Pilots pretty often, it is a very good idea to do the monthly Wi-Fi for $20.
$20, man. Premium Wi-Fi, Pilot Travel Centers, Flying J. I don't know exactly.
Anywhere you go to.
I don't know if Flying J and Pilot is almost the same thing, but we haven't stayed at Flying J, so we don't know if the Pilot Wi-Fi works there.
Yeah, there was a couple of them we stayed at that was.
Okay, well maybe it was then, but $20 a month, man.
And
as
any
long
of
as
them you go to, no matter where you're at,
Yeah.
as long as you just log into their premium Wi-Fi, you have
Yeah.
pretty
So,
good
like-
Wi-Fi. I mean, it never cut out, or
Like I
even
said,
then, we don't even park next to the building.
we don't know how you get sponsored, but Pilot, hey brother, we'll carry you the word. You hear me?
Fuck yeah.
Like Pilot's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like Pilot's got it. If you're traveling, living out your van or wherever you're living out of, if you're living out of old Chevette,
They're
let me tell you something. Pilot has got you. You know what I'm saying?
most of them's always been nice. They've always helped
Usually
you with
pretty clean,
anything that
pretty
you
clean.
needed.
And they got restaurants and stuff. So we came back to Greensburg to get the van fixed, got it fixed, and we got it back today. Today is Tuesday. And we've been staying at my brother's house the last couple of days, and we've had a good time visiting and stuff. And so we got the van back, and we're going to be leaving out in the morning, which is Wednesday. I don't know when you'll see this video, if it'll be tonight or tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We're leaving out for Mississippi. Crooked leg, ah. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi, we're rolling out. You know what I'm saying? I got that out of my sister, too.
I'm sorry for that.
But we're going to go down and try to see the Mississippi River. That's going to be neat because it's supposed to be beautiful. And we'll try to see R.L. Burnside and Junior Kimbrough, their grave sites. And if you're into music like I am, I don't know if you are, but most anybody we know is into music. These guys are like legends in the hill country blues in Mississippi. Like they're from Holly Springs. I think it's Holly Springs. I don't know if that's exactly where they're from, but that's where they lived. I know for a while, and that we're gonna go down and check them out. Man, they're a big influence on my style of music and stuff. My hill, I guess you'd say hill country blues type, some of that stuff. So maybe that's what we should be called. Clarify or put in as, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that. But anyway. But we're going to do that, and then we're going to make our way on down to Austin, Texas, which is 990 miles. That's a long way. You know what I'm saying?
That's just going straight from here to there.
That's
That's
one
not
way.
counting going
That's
through
one way.
Mississippi and stopping where we're going to stop
Yeah.
on the way. But the first trip we did was almost 1,600 miles.
Yeah, man. So we're going to put it in this time. We're going down to Austin because Austin seems to be where our style music would kind of flow in, and busking seems to be okay down there. And it's warmer down there than it is.
But that, not even just busking. They have a lot of places that have open mic nights and just live music. That little small bars that would probably just let you play when they wouldn't full up and things like that.
Yeah, so
And we're gonna go check it out.
we're going to see what it's about. You know what I mean? We got the van fixed. She seems to be running good. We're stocked up. We're ready to go. We're ready to go, man. Ready to go. So,
Also, a thing is always have a spot you can go to, like when our vehicle was tearing up.
oh yeah, do's and don'ts, yeah.
Always make sure you have a spot that, like, we had plenty of places we could go to so that we could get our van fixed, that we could stay at. But we have a dog. And some of the places we couldn't just take our dog because they didn't have a spot where we could put our dog and their dogs and separate it and things like that, and just everybody be comfortable and that we could stay at for the couple of days. Luckily, his brother's house, there is enough room and enough spots, and we could keep all the dogs separated and things like that. And it was more comfortable here and easier here with the dog. So always make sure you have a place that you can go to if you have to get your vehicle fixed, or if there's any kind of problems that you need to work out, or even just somewhere close enough you can get to somebody that can help you if you need it. Just always try to have that as a backup just in case.
Yeah, like in the first video we made, you can check it out on our channel, that we talk about a dog or having an animal with you.
It's
like
not always a good thing.
It like I said, it gets hard.
It makes
sometimes.
it,
But
because like without the dog, we could have just went to many different places and stayed while we was getting the van fixed. But we love our dog, and she's with us, and we had to accommodate for her we had to find somewhere we could go to where she would be okay too.
So think about that before you
have
get
to,
an animal, before you start van life. And let me tell you something, man. Having an animal in van life, though, it does make things. There's a lot of good things too. So don't like just count it out as a bad thing. So.
And also, as you go through, like little bit at a time, you'll figure out different ways to fix your stuff.
Yeah.
Different things you're not gonna need as much. Just different ways to sort it or put it somewhere or situate it. Like we've done pulled out everything in this van many a time.
Oh man, let me tell you something. When we took off here, we pretty much left with everything but the kitchen sink. Seemed like time we towed it all that way.
We went all the way back.
Yeah, and got rid of some more.
And got rid of half of it.
You really don't need as much as you think. Like
we figured out we didn't even still need what we brought the second time that we left out. So
go for comfort.
It's well, just take the minor necessities and what you know you would need all the time.
You'd be surprised what you could live with and live without. That's something that you have to come to terms with in van life. Like starting that, like that's something I had to come and I had to get okay with, was the fact that, like you're committed now. When you sell your stuff, whenever people start carrying your stuff out, and this is it. At first it was hard to understand that this is it. Like you're committed. You know what I'm saying? But it
hasn't been as comfortable for Brandon as it
showers,
has for me.
Man. Let me tell y'all guys.
You done talked about showers, not just the showers. I have to just
tell you,
but not even just that for him. It's like it's been different things. He worries about everything, and it's just not been as comfortable for him as for me, especially sleeping in the back because he's like way longer than I am, so I don't need very much room. Me and the dog can sleep in one spot back here, but he has to have like a longer space than what we do, because I can sleep all the way to the back of the stuff back here, and my feet will barely hit the dog at the end of her being laying next to the front seat. But he has to have that whole area. So trying to fix things
That's
to where
thing. If you're a big guy, you rethink your life before you do van life. Yeah, you're a big fella, boy. You better watch yourself. You better get you a big van, a bigger vehicle. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a change. It's a drastic change. Like I don't want anybody to lie to you. Like I said, we're not gonna give you the glamorous part. Like there's a lot of, like it rained for like 3. Let me tell you about rain. It rained for 3 days, almost solid, dude, and you couldn't get out of the van. Like, it's not the fact that we weren't getting along. Like, we were having a good time, you know what I mean? But it was just the fact that every time you got out and got back in, it's sopping wet. Like, it's just everything is nasty, and things start smelling, and
everything.
It just, man, it smells. Oh, man, let me tell you, that's another thing. You better
That's another thing about having a place you could go to.
Safe place to where you can.
To where you can clean things. You can take care of the things you need to. Like being here, we could take everything out of the vehicle and reorganize it to make it better.
And you'll do that a million times. Like,
but
we've done it a million times already.
Unless you're in a safe spot.
Yeah, don't go pulling your doors open and letting people see in your vehicle stuff when you live in your van. Don't do that.
We don't open the doors.
Man, let me tell you something.
We don't open the doors really at all if there's people around us outside. Especially at like pilots, like other
and I got protection, and I still ain't opening the door. If they said the police, I still probably wouldn't open the door, because I'm just telling you, man. Like when people are walking around you while you're sleeping, like let me tell you something, it'll tighten you up real quick. You know how like you can go to your bed, and well, before anybody can get to me, they got to go through the back door, the front door, at least one of the windows, and the dog, and all this. And let me tell you something.
They can break this window over here and
when they're walking around you outside, they're sweeping and doing things like that, and you don't know what's going on outside. Let me tell you something. It gets real quick.
That's one of the positives about having the dog.
Yeah, man.
Because it scares a lot of people away.
It's a deterrent. It is. It really is. But like I said, like Like they don't like everybody else makes it look like it's this glorious time. Like you're just gonna see all these beautiful sights and this, that, and this. And and you do get to see a lot of cool stuff and do a
If
lot.
you have
But
the
man,
money to fix your vehicle,
the-
sorry, the light went
the
out.
light went out. Look,
But if you have the money to fix your vehicle up,
this is a van life thing. Look,
Yeah.
like you got a setting in the van, right? A setting on the lights. Look, I'll hold this, and you. Look, scary stories for Halloween. But anyway, look like like.
hang on, let me finish what I was saying.
Okay, go ahead.
But if you have the money and stuff to like redo the van and stuff inside to where it's more comfortable, then I'm all for that. But if you don't have all that extra to do all that, we wanted to do it the rough way.
Do you not see? Like I'm holding a lantern while we make a video because the van done shut the light off because we've been jawboning too long.
But we wanted to experience the rough way, and we wanted to figure things out without having all the extra.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that. I really do.
I enjoy it too. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. No. I'm just saying, like, really think about what you're doing. Like, when you make that commitment, what's a big jump? Long way down. Well, guys, being as the light has went out, and this is the end of the video, we won't keep you on here too much longer. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Look, this is real van life stuff, man. Like, I'm holding a lantern, okay? It may be battery operated. It does need some batteries. It's what. But anyway, like I said, like because I can't just start the van and let it run because that's gas, that's money, that's wear and tear on your vehicle, and you can't turn the key back because what if the battery goes dead and you're stranded? Think about your life before you start van life. It's B and T, living in the V. We'll see you next time.